If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Thursday, January 10th, 2013. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. In the Fiddy's Monitor today, we'll talk to Daniel Bowman, who is the creator of the Club Swim Show, a series of webisodes that follows the exploits of a fictional swim team that made its debut last fall as part of a film class at Asbury College. And Daniel joins us now from Wilmore, Kentucky. Daniel, good to see you. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Good to see you too.
Well, it's good to have you on. This show, I got to tell you, is really interesting. It's the first, I believe, of its kind, a series about swimming. As the creator of the show, tell me where the idea of it came about.
Well, it's kind of one of those write what you know situations. I've been swimming for 17 years, and I've just noticed, we've got golfing films, we have television shows about all kinds of sports, but no one seems to really be doing any sort of creative media about swimming. And film is a passion of mine, so I decided, you know what, we have the tools, we have the people working on the project, why not do something about a mockumentary swim team?
And how did your professor there at Asbury take the idea?
They really liked it. I think they're glad that we're taking initiative, and I think they've also been really glad to see the response. Because, it's hard to find a group of people that are interested to sit down and, every week watch a video project. But, we have the fan base and we have people who are interested in swimming. And, that gives us someone to be able to watch our hard work.
Absolutely. So watching the series, it looks like it draws a lot of inspiration from The Office in that it's a mockumentary where the characters from the show do those interviews on the side, really. Interesting kind of, it's always been an interesting way of doing it, and obviously it's a trend that's been taken off in a lot of other TV shows. Was that the idea all along, to present the show in that format?
Right. And, we're all really big fans of Parks and Recreation as well. We take a lot of inspiration from that show. And it's just a different style, but it's more accessible here at school. And, in the format that we have, we don't necessarily want to use a studio for this kind of show. So it makes sense to shoot it like a mockumentary.
Now, take us through the whole production aspect of this. The shows are running anywhere from about 5 to 6 minutes. How long does it take to shoot one episode?
We actually shoot all of the episodes in 2.5 hours, which, to give you some sort of comparison, usually for our other school projects, for example, our digital field production class where we make short films, people usually have 6 weeks to complete a project of equivalent length. So what we're doing is actually really tight shooting schedule. So that's definitely one of the production difficulties, is just we wanted to have a bigger crew, but the reality is we're all students, we're all busy. So we've blocked off a time period. Every Saturday night we get together for a couple hours and we'll shoot 2 or 3 episodes.
That's guerrilla filmmaking at its finest, I gotta tell you. It's probably one of those things where you're at the end of that 2.5 hours, you're just probably utterly exhausted.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
and, our crew, they do a great job. They work really hard, and we work hard, but we play hard too.
And are the actors who played the members of the swim team and their coach, are they professional actors?
Yeah, most of them are theater or acting majors, and ironically, a few of them have actually swam in the past. None of them are current swimmers, but we actually have some people who have done diving all through high school, so they have an appreciation for the sport even if they aren't current athletes.
And as I said, with the first 5 episodes, and you called it Season 0. Why did you call it Season 0 and not Season 1?
To be honest, when we started off, we didn't realize that it was going to turn into something like this. It was just, a little fun project. We got together over the weekend, and originally we were just going to shoot 3 3-minute episodes. And by the time we were done, we had enough content to fill 5 7-minute episodes. We realized we wanted to do something more with this. So as we looked at the production quality, we realized, we were using our own equipment. We didn't have any of the tools from the school. And from a writing perspective, we realized we can do a lot more with this. So we decided we wanted to take a step back, and we're sort of using season 0, as we're calling it, as kind of the backdrop for everything that we're doing now. But we want people to be able to come in next season when we have much higher quality and when we have much more effort put into the writing process, to be able to just start watching there, where they don't even need to see season 0 to understand what's going on with the Flounders.
And of those 5 episodes, which would you say is your favorite?
It was really cool because we had a different director for each one of those episodes. And I think each director was really great to work with. But as we worked together, we were able to find ways to make the process more efficient. And I think, honestly, the best episode is definitely our last. We certainly improved every episode just by working more together. So I think episode 5 was definitely the most fun to shoot.
And you're referring to the episode about the Christmas party, correct? Yeah, I definitely have to say it's one of my favorites too. Let's show viewers a little clip from that show.
I got your new iPod. Oh. Thank you so much. Oh.
What is that?
I'm a snowman.
What is that?
Oh.
There's a so-called Christmas movie where this kid's dad turns into an evil snowman. After watching it, I had nightmares about the same thing happening to me, and he would just melt in my hands. I would wake up and realize that I was wetting the bed. Needless to say, I don't like snow people of any kind. No, but what I'm saying is in that second movie, I had a huge crush on that blonde girl.
I liked the mom in the first movie.
I realized
Hey,
she was
guys.
middle.
Hey. Hey, look, this has been fun, right? I've had a good time. But there's something I need to tell you. Webster's defines the word flounder as the inability to find one's footing. I find that to be apropos since...
We want a real speech. Yeah!
All right.
Speech!
Fine. All right. Okay, guys. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, so yeah, absolutely a great show, a lot of fun. When you're on the set working to produce these episodes, what exactly are you doing? What's your role during production?
Well, the cool thing about being an executive producer or a producer of any kind is that, honestly, if you've done your job correctly, all you're doing is fixing anything that may go out of the ordinary. And for the most part, I don't have to do very much on set. Most of my work is in pre-production or post-production.
Okay, so you pretty much can just sit there and just watch the whole process take place.
Right.
That's pretty nice. So this semester is going to be actually season 1. What things are in store for the Flounders this season?
Well, we are definitely adding a lot more swim team members. We have a much bigger cast, and the writing process is substantially different. So the writing is, I think it's greatly improved, and hopefully it'll be a fun season for everyone.
And I understand because you know the show kind of was a nice success, and you guys were able to raise some money. I understand to kind of keep the show going. This is going to be kind of a bigger production now with season 1.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of the money is going to feeding our cast and crew. Food is great, but we're also able to put some money into equipment that the school may not necessarily have, and we're also going to be able to improve the website. And hopefully we're going to be able to have some DVDs and Blu-ray material to be able to, we don't even necessarily want to sell it, we just want to be able to have it at such a price that we can just have people being able to get the show easily if they like it.
I would imagine this is a career path for you that you want to take on down the road.
I would definitely love to do this as a career. I think I have a lot to learn, but I definitely have enjoyed this entire process.
Yeah, what's been the most... Well, let's start off with the most challenging part of creating this show.
I think it was definitely implementing a structure. Especially, at film school, I'm used to going out with maybe 3 or 4 people, and we just work as a team, and it's very small as far as the scale of the production. And take Club Swim, the process has been entirely different. We have over 50 people working on this at school, and that's, there's a lot of coordinating that needs to be done. People have to know what each other are doing. We've had to create production books and schedules, and we have calendars online so everybody can know when things need to be due. And, now that we're going to be premiering the episodes on Swimming World Magazine's TV site, now we need to have harder deadlines and make sure that everything is up at a consistent time. So that entire process, just organizing people to be able to have something creative, is definitely time consuming.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to having those shows on our website, get you a bigger following, because like I said, this seems to be a one-of-a-kind kind of series going on, and we definitely hope that the exposure will help you guys as well as just maybe inspire someone else down the road to continue this whole trend of wanting to get swimming out there in the mainstream.
Exactly, and that's what we hope. I think swimming is a great sport. I think swimmers work just as hard, if not harder, than any other athletes. And I think there's something special about the community that swimming builds. It's one of the few sports where the guys and the girls teams are integrated. That always creates some interesting situations, and I think most people are going to be able to relate to what happens to the Flounders in this next season of Club Swim.
Well, I've definitely found myself related to a lot of them too, just from my remembering back in my high school years. So you're definitely doing that in a good way, Daniel. Thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on not just completing season 0, but getting season 1 and hopefully seasons 2, 3, 4, and probably even more.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
All right, that's Daniel Bowman joining us in the Phoenice Monitor today, talking about his Club Swim show. We invite you to check it out on swimmingworld.tv. We have season 0 already online now, and we'll have season 1 for you when it becomes available. And that's going to do it for today's Morning Swim Show. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.